Hey, this is Ricky live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. We have started this project from Cutefun DIY Miniature House, Kyoto Matcha Cottage, which is a ceremonial green tea house. Let's see, I just want to make sure I'm live here. Let's see. Had some technical issues during the unboxing, so we'll start again. This is part of the City Walk series. There's 128 pieces, required age 14 and up, a difficulty of 1 star. Don't let the half hour to 1 hour build time throw you off. This kit took me 3 hours. This kit took me 2.5 hours. So we'll see what this one does. This is model number CWGA116. Assembled size will be 9.8 by 8.7 by 10.3 centimeters. Again, recommended age 14. This is wood and cardboard. These are smaller. These are fit in the palm of your hands, so they're not like your traditional nook. This is more of just a miniature little house, little model kit, little decoration. Small enough to mount to a Christmas tree on, pretty much. The unboxing here. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to cooperate a little bit here. Stay. All right, out of the gate, it gave us a file. Gave us some instructions. Gave us the plates that we'll be using. Okay. In the part 1, you can see a better unboxing, so we don't have to go completely crazy with this. So basically I was going to start building. But the tools that generally you need when you're building a kit like this is some type of blade, like xacto blade or scissors. You'll need tweezers to be able to hold on to smaller parts. You'll need some type of file so that you can file down pieces if they don't fit. These come in most of these kits, called a frost rod. Blue side is a heavier grit, while the pink side is a lighter grit. You'll need some type of glue. Even though these are snap together type puzzles, they fit together like puzzles, you will still need some type of glue to hold parts together, especially if you break them. Okay, we're going to start building this critter here. Again, we're live streaming on YouTube, so if you like this type of content, consider hitting that subscribe button. Share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell, all that sass. Chat with me, I do like communication, so. Okay, so when we first open up the page of the manual, it shows us the various 5 plates. It comes with these tools to help you push the pieces out. So let's see, they're located on D. So let's look for D. Here's D. Here are the tools. So we'll pop one of these tools out and use it. These generally don't last, but you know, they are good saving your fingers from pushing these things out. They have this part of the thing is to help you open stuff and to push pieces down that need to be secured. If you saw something like this, when I was putting this kit together, I broke the flag that I was trying to put together, so I used that part of it right there. I cut it up and used it in there to help keep the flag back together. So these are good little parts in case you need them for something else. All right, let's get cracking. Let's get down to some shenaniganery here. Hopefully we can stay on the live stream here. If it goes out again, I'll make a part 3 and I'll just keep making parts until we finish this thing. I prefer to live stream it than actually upload the content. Like I can videotape me building all of this stuff and then upload it as content, like your podcast type of stuff. That's what I did in the past, but no. I like live streaming it so you can see the torture that I go through putting these itty bitty little pieces together. All right, we're going to start off with A20 and B5. So let's look for A20. Here is A20. It's upside down, of course, so let's turn it. There is A20. A20, it looks like little cakes. That's what it looks like to me, like little cakes. So a dessert certainly could be considered a dessert place. So you're going to get green tea and various other teas at this little tea shop. But there's also going to be cakes and cookies and desserts and stuff like that to eat with your tea. So that's what it looks like right here. I'm sorry, it can't focus very well. All right, well, let's put A over here. And we'll put E off to our left. D as well, but we need B, okay. So we'll do A, B, and C off to our right. Okay, so we're looking for B5. And now, as always, when I build these kits, we're usually playing 2 games at the same time. Not video games. No, we play Bingo and Battleship, because the numbers that we call out sound like numbers that are going to be in Battleship or Bingo. So, yeah. Have fun with your bingo cards and your Battleship. Rain. It's hard for me to pronounce that name, but if you can phonetically spell your name, E-H-R-A-N, Ferrigo. Okay, well, a child that has a YouTube channel. All right. Well, hello there. Welcome. All right, so we're going to start off by taking this little piece here, the B5. One side has silk screen on it, while the other is just plain cardboard. On here, it doesn't necessarily tell me what, but it does tell me that they want this post to be facing north. And to just basically take the peg here, place it into the slot there. Hopefully you get a nice squish sound. Let's see. Of course, if it doesn't fit, you're going to need to use the file. Call me B. It's my middle name. Okay. Welcome, B. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And chatting, too. All right, so I didn't hear a squish or anything like that. This feels like it may need to be filed down a little bit, but I did get this part in here. Very simple starting spot here on part 1 here. You'll have to let me know if you can see. My eyes are real bad, so let me know if it focuses in for you. Let me get my spectacles here for a moment so I can see what we are doing here. All right, so this was A20 into B5. A20 into B5, which produced this little shelf of, looks like some type of desserts. Maybe a slice of pie and little cakes. So here it is right here. It's pretty much to scale. So, okay, good. You can see it. YouTube has a way of like kind of, making things not work that great. I mean, I'm using a Galaxy S25 Ultra cell phone, which is a flagship phone. The camera is spectacular, so sometimes it wants to focus. The glare is above me because of the LED lights above. But as long as you can see the numbers and such. Yeah. Okay, we're moving on. I'm making another shelf. Part 2 here wants us to grab A19 and B7. Okay. So we have a B7. The B7, you see, the line is pointing to this piece right here. So we'll take this piece out right here using our little thing. Oh, you have the same phone? Yeah, it's a great phone. Expensive, but great phone for especially for doing like any blogging or vlogging or any type of anything really. It's a great camera. And I know they have the Galaxy S26 now, but I'm not going to waste my time with that. It's just a slightly bit different. So we're looking for an A19. An A19. All right, looks like more of these desserts. Sorry, I brought it in a little quick. So that's A19 right there. So basically it looks exactly, not exactly, but very similar to the other one. So again, this cottage that I'm building, all right, that was a piece of, I hope that was a piece of flash that fell off there and not something important. Let's see. Okay, I see. It's kind of hard to see because this is so small. There's a piece of flashing in between the two parts right here. Try to get it to focus, kind of hard. Wants to focus on my thumb. I thought this was part of this kit, but it's just a piece of the cardboard flashing. Yeah, it's not actual part of this thing here. So we can actually take these and move these aside in our little empty box. And we're going to take this with the peg here. There's also, you see a little bit of flashing underneath there. You can just kind of scrape that off. Let's see. There it is, underneath the instructions. Again, make sure that the post is facing forward, as this will be something that'll connect to the wall. So you're going to take this post here, connect it in here, either hear a click or a squish. This one was more of a squish sound. So then we make that little thing, little cakes on there. Okay. So that, again, another simple step here. Taking the A19 into the B7 and making that shelf, which is that little critter. Again, for the most part, it seems to be to scale from the manual to the reality here. So we'll put those little shelves right there. All right, so it looks like we're making a display case for these little cakes. Sammy has come out to hang out with us. Ricky Spanish 6261. You know, I've never eaten a goat before, but I suppose a chimpanzee could ride on a goat. I mean, for transportation. Right now, we've got a Sammy here. Sammy's enjoying the breeze from the outside. Hey, Sammy, can you just let everyone know to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Thank you. Gotta have Sammy. You know, I would think, there are species of chimpanzee that are extremely smart. If you're familiar with the bonobo chimpanzee, or bonobo, depending on your way of pronouncing things, they actually were the first chimpanzee species to create tools, not by looking at human beings. They created tools, like tools to get to termites out of trees. They've been even known to start fires and cook their food over fire. So I would not put it past a bonobo chimpanzee to be able to leash a goat and use it for farming, you know, or as a companion. That's certainly possible, you know. Absolutely. See, when you come to Real Talk Chimp, not only do you get video games, you get painting, you get model kits, you get slapped with some trivia and knowledge too. I mean, I am a regular Google bot, but the brain is breaking, unfortunately, due to age, so get it while it's fresh, I suppose. We are going to take a B8 here, a B8, and you can see there's two little squares right here. Those won't be part of the B8 thing when we're done because we're going to be using those slots to put pieces in. Yeah, but it's B-O-N-O-B-O, not B-A-N, Bonobo. Actually, there's a band called Bonobo that actually plays some pretty cool, like, trance. Now, I don't know about really techno, but more of like a trance type of band, I guess. Like your dance, your EDM type stuff. If you look up Bonobo the band, different than Bonobo the chimpanzee, you'll get some interesting style music. So we're going to take the shelves from the previous page. So whenever you see up in the corner here, the number there, that tells you that it's the the whole stage of what you're building. So that right there would be considered number 1. Okay, so this thing right here that I created, is considered number 2. So when you get to the part of the instructions where you're going to add the previous things that you built, it'll tell you up here, this was number 1 and this is number 2. So by taking this little critter here, it's got some kind of decoration on there, so that I guess will tell you that it's going to face towards us. We're going to take number 1 here, which was this critter with that peg, and put it into that slot right there. I thought there'd be an extra N or B. No, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I don't know why that sentence got flagged. That's so weird. Bon-obo or bonobo. I'm depending on how you pronounce it, I suppose. All right, we're gonna put that in there. That was kind of painful there. There we go. Didn't really make a sound, but... So whenever you see these types of lines, these are lines to help you with... I know I had a word for it last time, and it'll come to me again eventually. I can't think of it at the moment. There we go. That was a nice click sound. Okay. Kind of wonky, these little shelves. But once it's inside its case, it should be good. Yeah, I get hit with copyright strikes a lot, unfortunately, especially with music and stuff. That's why you don't hear any music going on in the background right now. And when I upload this to YouTube, it takes 24 hours to upload, then I'll add music to it. But I can't add music now because of all the copyright strikes. I mean, you can lose your channel. I had to fight for this channel due to one of the copyright strike I got on my own produced music. You can imagine that. All right, we're looking for B17. B17, we have found B17. So we're gonna pop that out there. Okay, B17, we're gonna hold on to this. It is painted on both sides, but we're gonna face this way here. Then we're gonna take the little shelf that we made. That looks like it's gonna go in the center. So B17 twice. Okay. So this one here will face this way. Okay, so let's put these together here. This is the direction we want this. YouTube is, yeah. I used to live stream on Twitch, just video games, but I could never get the followers to go. I mean, I was on Twitch longer than YouTube and still sitting at 35 followers. Why waste my time with that? Plus, Twitch bans you really fast for anything. So, I got banned on TikTok for using potty language. And yet you've got guys on there that have millions of subscribers that swear worse than sailors. And I get banned for one word. I don't get it. It wasn't a violent word or anything like that. It was just, you know, the word above poop. All right, we'll build this whole piece and then we'll go and look at the instructions here. Let's see, one means step one, same below. These instructions are in multiple languages. You get English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Polish. Interesting choices. Okay, so, okay, we did all that. We need a B18, which is here, but this one has a piece inside of it. So I think I have to remove that. Be careful popping this out. All right, I did not want to pop the whole thing out of there, just this. There. Lots of flash falling off of this thing today. What is this here? Why did that come out? Oh, I see. Okay, so molded onto this frame are these little signs. Very hard to see. This was just the flashing in there, making sure that there was a gap between these signs. So again, this is a really cool part. It's not part of the miniature, but I would hang on to something like this because you could probably use this in another kit, or if something breaks on this kit. Yeah, I save all the really cool looking flashy stuff. I got censored when I say kind words, but they leave alone when I'm playing the character and taking. Yeah, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see here. I don't see any videos on your channel, so unless you're set to private, I mean, you have 9 subscribers, so unless you've got stuff set to private, which is entirely possible. Is that why I can't see anything on there? On your channel? Mike, are you still here? Michael? Oh, good. Okay, good. Michael's still here. Michael, I don't know what happened in that last live stream. We got DDoSed by that very angry non-customer there. So, yeah, he came in very hostile and left even more hostile. There's another piece of flash right here. I'm just going to pop this out with the little tool here. There we go. We don't need that in there. We'll hang on to that in case we need it. This one here gets flipped around and put on here. Let's see if this will go. Nope, this is going to require filing because it's not going to fit. So our first victim has to be filed. The previous kit that I built, this one here that took 3 hours, that one required almost every single piece to be filed. Just remember, if you overfile, then you can just put some glue in there to hold things together. There we go. See, now it fits together, squishy and lovely. Okay, now we require another piece, B6, which is right here. B6 with the line going up to this piece here. These pieces I can just pop out with my fingers. I don't need the tool. All right, this is going to be facing, let's see. This was cut weird because when you look at the actual piece here, it's got more of a frame around it. This one only has a frame at the top, and down below it's pretty much gone. So whoever silk screened this didn't do the best job in the world. But that's going to happen. Granted, you know, like the main size kits, when you buy these, the full size of these kits, they're usually $50 to $100. This is 20 bucks. You get what you pay for, right? The character, an American Dad. He plays an unagreeable to watch. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you all that I did here, which was quite a lot of little things. So of course, you know, we made the first 2 shelves here of these little cakes. Then I flipped over the thing. We made another shelf of these little cakes. And then we started building a display case using the 2 shelves. We put them into this one here. And then we put the sides on it. The arrow here indicates that you're moving along like a comic book. I connected the backing with the 2 shelves to either side here, which gave us this piece here. We came down here to step 4, showed us the completed piece here. We added this sort of front frame onto here. Then I showed you this piece here that connected on here. The red lines indicate where the parts go. So the peg from here goes into the slot from there. Those red lines indicate that. That one over there will go onto that peg. That slot over there will click onto that peg. And this is your final piece right here, which is here. So again, this is fairly close to 1:1 scale. That right there. The manual gets it pretty good. So, okay, little display case for your little dollhouse. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, That was lovely. I used to have a Dremel kit when I build like my metal kits and plastic models like my cars and stuff, 112s and 118s, all that fun stuff. Use the Dremel kits, or I used to use the Dremel kits for carving, you know. But they have carving kits now that have the bits where you can actually draw and stuff like that, and it's like painting, but you know, drawing with the Dremel. I know there's a word for that, but I can't think of it at the moment. Not sculpting. Brain is broken. The dementia is kicking my ass. Oh, I said the A word. All right, we're on step 5 now. Looks like we're going to build a shelf of decorations some more. So this little piece right here, the little C17, in the previous kit, I showed on the internet what those pieces look like. I call them dinguses. They're basically something that would hold 2 pieces together is a dingus. But these particular guys look like the moai that are on Easter Island. And I'll show you what I mean in a moment. I explained this when I was building this kit before, what these little pieces remind me of. I suffer from pareidolia. Most humans suffer with pareidolia. It's basically seeing objects in other objects and you make them as a pattern. Like we look at clouds and we see like images in clouds. And that's pareidolia. When we look at, say, tile or something, some type of pattern, and we see faces in the patterns and stuff, that's pareidolia. So whenever I'm building these little kits, I also get pareidolia, and I'll explain in a moment. These ones look a little different than the previous kit, but I'll still show you. Here's C17, those little dinguses right here to hold things together like a picture frame, but I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, these are a little bit different, but let's see. Hey, Jaws T. Well, some tomatoes do that. They do look like little bombs. You're absolutely right. So when you look at this little critter right here, this little piece right here, now this looks like a person like praying or something. Like this up here is the head. Maybe they're wearing a raincoat, and these are their little legs, and then these are their arms coming off that way. It's just a little post. All right, we're looking for C6. C6, which is right here. It looks like a poster. There's some Japanese writing on it and a bowl of green tea. So this may be maybe a menu or something. All right, where's that little piece? Okay, so we take this little dingus. We take the nose of it, or the little praying hands, or whatever the hell it is, and we just plug it straight into the back of this critter here. There we go, a little click. Cooperate. Sometimes you'll have to use the power of the teeth to make it work. Mike, there was a short video that I made a couple of models ago. If you look in the short videos, let me see if I can find it for you. Let's go over to shorts. There it is right here. So see how it says the power of the teeth? It's like the power of the sneeze.
The teeth are a very valuable pliers. I will prove it to you, sir.
The power of the teeth compels you. The power of the teeth compels you. What did I do here?
See how it says the power of the teeth?
All right, I gotta catch up on my own thing here. That's, son of a mother father. Let's see. We'll get back to this in a moment. There we go. All right, Alan. God, why do you guys keep coming in here? Why you got to do this stuff? I'm getting all these trolls today. I don't understand. Oh, okay. It says another monitor. Oh well. Anyway, let's get back to doing our shenaniganery here. Still hasn't caught up yet. That's so weird. Okay, there we go. Now I've caught up. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know what I guess maybe it's because it's Friday. We're just getting a lot of trolls.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Okay. Guess people are just bored, right? Whatever. At least it's communication. All right, so we're looking for a B10. We're looking for a B10. Here is a B10. It's another shelf. Again, this one's got some flashing on it as well. We're gonna have to pop this flashing out here. Helpful if I could see. There we go. Little piece of flashing. Set that aside. Okay. So we'll take this little piece here, put it down here. We need an A6. Here is an A6. Look like little pieces of key lime pie. Oh, I swear I'm going to be getting hungry. And a little strawberry cupcake. Yummy. Okay, so this little critter, we're going to take this guy here. We're going to take the little sign that I made, take that peg and just connect it right in here. That one clicked in there. That was good. If it feels wonky at all, you can put a little bit of glue on there. Then we're going to take these little desserts here and take that peg and drop it in here. That one feels very wonky. Why does that one feel so wonky? So I'm going to take a little dab of glue just to secure this one down, because it does not feel. That's a lot of glue. Live streaming. Huh. Okay, glue that back down. All right, I'll show you what I did here. I took the little Moai C17, put them into the C6. But okay, this indicates that it goes behind it. It goes behind it. Then I took that and then this A6 part, connected it onto this little shelf, which created this critter. But obviously I added a little glue because it didn't feel very stable on there. Okay, we'll put that little shelf aside because it looks like we're going to be adding to the display that we built. So we'll grab our little display here. See the top here, it has these two posts up here. Oh, I appreciate that, Mike, thank you. And then you have the two slots here and here. It looked like a free account. Somebody probably just made a quick Google account, because you know Google owns YouTube. So all right, I think I got to turn this stuff around. Yeah. Okay. No wonder it feels weird in here. All right, so we're going to put this on this side. We're going to take this one and put it on this side. Now that looks more accurate. See how there's more length here than here. That's what I should have done. I should have reversed the orientation. So now we'll put these posts in here. Hopefully, there we go. I hear the little squish. Okay. That's a little display case. Okay. So we're done with that. All right, so what I did was I took the Dingus C17, connected it into a little picture, took the picture and an A6, put it on the shelf. I realized that my mistake here, you see there's a larger side here and a smaller side in the back. I had this thing reversed. So I realized my mistake and went back and flipped this thing around. So we created that shelf. Then we went back to our original little display case from the previous page, and we just put that shelf right down on top of it, which created this, which is this thing right here. A little display case. We don't know if it's refrigerated, but generally when you make baked goods, you don't refrigerate them. I mean, unless you want it, to taste colder and not so warm, I suggest putting it in the refrigerator. So this could be refrigerated. We don't know. All right, we're going to go on to step 7 here. We're going to need an E20, so we're going to need to grab our plate from over here. Okay, it looks like we're making a coffee machine or a Slurpee machine, or maybe a tea. Maybe it makes tea, some type of concession machine. Let's see. Exactly. Mike is exactly right. E20. Yeah, we're all about good vibes here. Chilling, having a good time, chatting about random stuff. We're not here to cuss and fight and spit at each other and stuff. The only time we're going to spit at each other is if we're llamas. There's E20. Oh, popped that other guy out by accident. We're going to be using that guy. So again, orientation is key when you're building these kits. Facing the wrong direction or upside down will really throw it off. So we're going to take this part, put him down, or her, them. I don't know their doohickey. E15. Okay, E15 gets rotated. I had it taken out this way, but it gets rotated. E17, which is the plate here that when things spill, it goes down into the drain there, like when you're at a soda machine. Okay. All right, we're going to start off and we're going to build this little critter. So this one here, the orientation is the drain faces us. The backing of said thing, this shape here, gets placed into the back slot here. Okay, another piece will probably go down in there, which is this piece right here. This piece here will go down to there. That was a nice squish. So that'll hold that piece, because this back piece is feeling really wonky. You see, this one is probably going to fall out. This one's feeling really wonky. So once we put this whole piece together, if it still feels wonky, I'll put some glue in there. Like I can actually just come back and try to get a little dab of glue in here. There we go. Drop a little bit of glue inside the slot there. So hopefully it'll seal that piece, these two pieces here. Okay, let's put that down for a moment. We need an E11. E11, okay. So it's the sides of this machine. We'll grab the E11 first because there's an E12 as well. So each side's going to have its own number. So E11, we're going to grab that side there. E12. Okay, so this is all going to be about orientation again. So we want the cardboard side facing us, and we're going to turn the little contraption around that we just built, and we're going to use that peg and that slot to fit into that slot and that piece right there. So there we go. Okay. Very small little, delicate little parts here. Same thing with the other side here. You have that gap with this slot right here. We'll go into that gap, hopefully. There we go. I'm not sure if you're hearing it when it clicks together. I have the microphone set to ASMR, so if that comes through, great. If not, it made a clicky sound. Okay, and now we need an E13, which is here. This appears to be the top of this concession machine. Okay, again, orientation, you have this larger side here, smaller side. Smaller side faces the back, the larger side faces forward. This would be forward, this would be back. So we're gonna hopefully see if we can connect without filing. There you go, some clicky sounds. Fitment is a little wonky, but it seems to be okay for now. A C12, which is the nozzle or whatever this thing is. C12. Very small, delicate little piece here. Very careful taking this out. Ooh, very small. Like the tap on a keg. That's what I'm looking at here. Very small silk screen little part. Okay, so it is two-sided. This is considered the top. That tap is what's going to go into the back of this machine here. So it'll go into that slot there, we hope. There we go. So this would be the arm that you would lift up. You would lift it up to make your Slurpee come out, or whatever this happens to be, tea or whatever this machine is. That's the handle. That's the nozzle right there. You put your cup against here, pull up the handle or down or whatever to get the liquid to come out, and if it spills, it goes down into that drain right there. Very cool. Now an E19, which is the part that I almost popped out at the beginning. E19. Again, I hope you're following along with your bingo boards and your battleship. The ice cream cone faces north to south, as well as the writing here. So you don't want to put it on like this. That would be upside down. Okay. If you heard a little buzzer behind me, it's letting me know that the laundry is done. You may hear it again. Until we can get Sammy to go and take care of the laundry, I'm on my own. Chimp, we tried to be cool and we get likes, comments, and subscribers. Instead, we get hateful comments. No LED light. Yeah, no LED lights on this kit. On these little miniatures, no LEDs on this one. Now, you could probably put them, buy them, and put them in on your own, but these particular kits are LED free. There we go, squish that on there. Make sure we push everything together so that it feels solid. Okay, so I will show you step by step what we did. First off, when we started step 5, we took the little dingus C17 and connected it onto the back of this picture. Then we took that whole piece and stuck it onto this B10 shelf with also an A6 that we put on, which created this shelf. We then took this shelf and placed it on top of the cabinet that we made in the previous steps, straight down top, and created this here. Then I started in step 7 building this like concession machine, this liquid pouring machine. I don't know what you call these. You know, I mean, what you call them wherever you live, I don't know. I guess it's like a coffee maker, but it's you stand, you walk up to it. Like they have at 7-Eleven and AM PMs and stuff like that. Anyway, we started off with E20 and E15, and we connected it down to E17, which made that part. I felt that it was a little wonky, so I flipped it over and dropped a little bit of glue into it. Came down here, we used step 7 and added these sidewalls to it, E11 and E12. Made sure that the orientation faced the correct way. And we reversed this. We've made it so that it would opposite would face us. Instead of the front, the rear facing us. Then we came over here and we added the E13 to the top, which started to make the parts that were wonky fit together. Then we put this C12, the little handle and nozzle, onto the front as well. Then the last part was this E19, the front of the plate. So generally, in this area right here would be all the pump and the machine to make all this stuff work. And this would be the plate that would go on the front of it. Plus it has decoration of whatever this product is. So it looks like it makes ice cream. So maybe it's a soft serve machine. And maybe the flavor in there is this green tea. So it's a soft serve ice cream machine or yogurt, whatever. So, but it's an upright. So instead of walking to a counter and getting it off the counter, you walk up to it. So if you can see, the scale of this thing will also determine the size of the people. If you buy yourself some the architectural people that, you know, like architects use in their designs or for trains, certain scale trains. I believe this right here is like 1/32 scale. Like these little kits, maybe a 1/35 scale person will fit this kit here. But you'll be the judge of that because you all know mathematics. All right, we're flipping the page here and looks like we're going to build some chairs and some tables. Okay. So we'll put the little display aside and the little machine aside. And we'll start on these cute little chairs. A little tape. Okay, so we're looking for D. D's nuts. I'm looking for D. D's nuts. D is over here. Okay. I have found D's nuts in a jar. Looking for D13. Right here. Right in front of me. D13. I'm going to use the tool to pop these out only because they look very delicate. If you know, when I was building the other kit over there, I squashed the stools trying to make them because the parts are so delicate that I screwed them up. It was a real shame, but I had to glue them all back together. All right, so we have 2 D13s. We'll put one there, and then we need a D4. Is right here. Okay. That one had a little piece of flashing in there as well. It fell out into my hand. Keep that over there. All right, so that faces that direction. This faces this direction. This faces this direction, like so. And a D11. D11, which is all right. We have the 4 parts, and now we take our little D4, this slot right here, and run it onto that peg, making sure that that faces forward, faces away from us. You'll notice that there is no painting on this side, but there is on this side. According to them, they want us to do it like so, instead of having both of the color facing outward. So like this. So they want it facing us this way. So this must be the way we're going to be seeing it. Okay, and then this one as well. That slot with this peg. Not looking good for the home team here. Do not want to break this. Okay, I'm going to file this little piece down because it does not want to cooperate. Realized you can't see what I'm doing. My bad. Might as well do a little sanding to this one just in case. Remember, if you over sand it, you can just use the glue. And I have butter fingers today, trying to hold things in my hands, not quite working. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna file this piece as well, because this is not holding that part down very well. Okay. See, if I was just uploading this content, I would go past all these. I'd skip past all these things, but you know, having you watch me suffer putting this kit together, that's where all the love is really at. It's the blood, sweat, and tears, and trying to push a piece on here that refuses to go. Oh, my Lord. That was the click I wanted to hear. Okay. Then we're going to take the D11, this little critter, stick him on those 2 pegs there, we hope. There's 1, 2. And we made a little chair. Isn't that cute? Isn't that a cute little chair? But this is how you make dollhouse furniture. So if you're ever going to build a dollhouse, you're going to be making, or any type of miniature kit. Maybe, you know, I inspire you to get into architecture. You're basically going to be building things all day long with your phalanges. All right, so I will show you what I created here. We took a D13, a D11, a D13, a D4, and we puzzled them all together and created that little critter. This little guy right here. That is a little chair. I will put that little guy aside and we'll work on number 10 here. Okay. Got some decorations there. All right. Let's see here. All right, so we want a C27 as the base of our table. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp. Comment is key. We love being chatted with. We dislike the trolls, but we know that's inevitable, unfortunately, when you have bored children, I suppose. Here is C27. It sits within a plate within another plate, so we will be popping this part out. C27 here. We'll use our little gizmo. It looks like a nose. Oh! Hello, I'm Mr. Nosy, and I've got my nose in everybody's business. All right, C27 will go there. C28, which is right next to it, which is a tabletop. And we'll pop this plate out because it's not needed anymore, but we'll hang on to it. Hi, I'm Mr. Nosy. That's the bridge of the nose. Those are the nose flappy nostrils, and that's the bottom of the nose. It could look like something phallic, but we're not going to go that direction. Get your mind out of the gutter, rotten people. All right, tabletop. So we're going to take the tip of the nose here and put it into this slot here. That's a nice squish. Nice squishy sound there. Okay. So we have a table and a tabletop, and then we need a B16. B16. B16, right here. That is a B16. What it is, I have no idea. It looks like a jar of maybe honey, possibly, but I cannot be certain because it is very tiny. All right, we're going to take this B16, some more flash fell off. This is very flashy. We're going to stick that piece of flash off to the side. We're going to take this critter, wipe off some of the flash on there. And this is going to go on this table here, but let's get the orientation first. This pink colored table, this part of it faces the back. This critter with that peg there is going to go into that slot right there. Or not. There we go. Like a little teapot and maybe a little... I'm sorry, what was that? Hi, Sammy. Macau. Sammy, can you ask everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChamp? No? Yes? Okay. I can't like turn my head all the way around, Sammy. We're looking for a B11, 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 B11. Here is B11. Are you all looking at your bingo cards? B11. I can't tell if it's a little vase of flowers or it's something. It looks like cactus or something, but I can't be certain. I don't know what that is. Let's see. When I was building the other kit the other day, Sammy got his stamp of approval like right in the beginning. Sammy was like all over hanging out with me, which was super cool. All right, let me show you what I built here. You saw the chair, which was step 9. Created that chair right there. Then went over here and created a table. We took that nose shape there, which is the post of the table. There's the tabletop. Made sure that that pink color or whatever that color is there, tan, facing the back. We added these two little critters into said table to get this. Now these two objects are staggered. One's in the back and one's towards the front. So you can see they're staggered. Whatever the heck that is. I don't know how well it's focusing, if it's focusing at all. Let me try to see. The phone wants to focus on my fingers, even though I'm trying my best to get this little critter to focus. All right, we'll put the little table to the side here. Now, looks like we are gonna put all this stuff on the base. Wow. On the first two kits, we didn't get to the base until the very end, so cool. Looking for D24. You sank my battleship! Wait, what? What? We already sank a battleship already? That was fast. All on D24? Here's D24 right here. All right. Well, we still have other ships. There's like 5 other ships on the thing, not just battleship, but generally when you sink the battleship, it's supposed to end the game, right? But nope. All right. So this one's got a bunch of little slots all over this thing. Beautiful. So we're going to put that facing that way, rather facing that kind of angle there. So we'll start off with the display case. And the display case goes up in the front here. So here's the display case. Here are the pegs. These are going to go right here and here. So may need to file these down. Oh, not. Okay, don't want to break anything up there, so those 2 parts are filled. Okay, and we're going to take the little concession machine and put that in the back yonder. So right in these 2 slots, with these 2 pegs, we're going to push these down in here. No, we're not, apparently. There we go. Gotta get that kid. Okay, we got that in there, yeah. Okay. And then we take a chair, and we put said chair into those 2 little slots there. Now, what does that look like? I am Iron Man. Right? The 2 eyes right there in the mouth. No, is it just me? Okay, my bad. Okay, we're going to take this little chair. And I'm thinking I may have to do some filing. Oh, please don't break. Please don't. Oh, thank you. Right there. Well, that seems awfully close. That chair against that concession machine. If anybody was to stand next to you and try to get some of that soft serve, it's going to end up in your hair. All right, the table, you take this little post here, and it's going to go right into the Iron Man's mouth. Right there, that slot. Okay. This place is very compact. Okay, like so. And now we're going to add a B3. B3. Here is a B3. Can you read that? I cannot read that. That is a very small sign. Okay, so this little sign goes into this slot right there, facing us. Okay, like so. Yummy. Yummy. All right, I shall show you this discombobulated thing here. We did the chair. We did the table. And now we came down here and we connected that there. We took our table, connected it there. We took the two front part of the chair, connected it there. We took the little soft serve machine, connected it there. We took the display case, connected it here, and then we finished with that. That's me pulling the thing out of here, so if it would have been behind here, it would have been. That was my CGI attempt. Okay, we must take a sip of water. All right. One thing, if you're ever going to use the power of the teeth, you have to be careful, because unfortunately I used the power of the teeth building that kit right there. And this happened. So warning when using the power of the teeth. Teeth will come out. All right, we are now moving on to the next page. And we're building some more of the little shopping area. So we will move this over here. We are taking another C17, which was here. Take our little critter to pop this guy out. Okay, C17 and a C5. C5, which is right here. Okay. So we're going to take their little moe, or a little praying person, and this part right here will go into the back of this. Very delicately. Oh, fingers, come on. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try the other. Flip it around because a little more strength in this hand. Wow, you really don't want to go in there, do you? And I can see why, because this little square is pinched off by whatever's in there. So this is where you want to be careful. Use your xacto blade, but be careful. And try to widen this a little bit. You can also file down the piece, the other piece. Just want to widen that up a little bit, so it accepts this piece. Try it again. There we go. No problem. So now we have our little display angled piece here, the dingus, and this little critter. I do not know what's on that picture. Let's see if it shows. It's this one right here. On this thing right here. That's what. This one is. Okay. So we'll put that one aside for a moment. All right, so we're going to look for C24, which is right here. It's this tabletop or shelf, black shelf here. Let's make sure the orientation is correct. Okay, looks like this. So we're going to take the first one here, the critter that we made. There's the peg. Sorry that it's not in focus. Everything wants to be focused. And then we'll put them into, should be that first slot there. Let's see. Yes, the first slot. Oh yeah, it's squished in there. Lovely. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. We need a C26. Here is a C26. God, come on, focus, bro. Focus. Focus. There it goes. Okay, C26. It's an interesting little thing. I can't get it to focus. All right, that one goes into this back one right here. Nice little squish. Kind of wonky on there. So if it feels like it's going to fall out, just drop a little bit of glue right there. Okay, and then we need a C25, which is right here. Not sure what that is. Looks like a paintbrush. Maybe it's a little pouch of stirring sticks. Can't be certain what that is. Yeah, they look like little stirring straws, just in a little container. Okay, that one goes right here into that slot. So this looks like a knick-knack shelf, a knick-knack paddywhack, give a chimp a bone. Yeah, so, oh my Lord, I just want things to focus here. See, it wants to focus on my fingers. Son of a monkey. All right, one more piece. No more pieces, just these three. I need an A10. A10 Fairchild. Right, that's the sound of an A10 when it's shooting its Gatling gun. There's an A10. Once a gamer, always a gamer. Why did that come apart like that? Because that's an A23. I get it. Okay, makes sense. Okay. So make sure that this is facing this direction with that circle facing upward. This piece with this slot here and that slot there, we're going to go into these two pegs here. Nice squish. Okay, like some type of display is what we're making. Okay, so I will show you this. Step 12 here, we put the dingus C17 into the back of C5. Then we connected C5. We connected this thing with C26 and C25 onto C24. The red arrows indicating where. We had two slots left open and we added the A10 to create this, start of this display. This guy right here. Okay, so we'll put this guy aside for the moment. We'll be using it in a moment. We're going to go to step 13 and build some more things. So this is a box of green tea, matcha, meaning green tea in Japanese. So the actual printed word, it's wrapped up in a rope, so it's obviously a box of probably tea bags or whatever. So that would be D7. D7. Here is D7. Okay. D7. We need a D22, which is right here. So obviously we're going to be making 2 of these things. This is flash. That's not part of the kit, it's just flash that was holding the pieces on. So drop that, drop that in the box. Okay. So remember I said I talked about the Rapa Nui on Easter Island. The Rapa Nui were the people that built the moai, the statues, the big heads on Easter Island. And I know this has nothing to do with anything, but it has to do with pareidolia. I talked about this in the previous episode. These little dinguses that are used to hold pieces together, these little things right here, because of my pareidolia, to me, the shape of this guy looks like the moai on Easter Island. The nose facing upwards, the back of the head. And I know that I'm a dingbat and I think of crazy crap to throw you off, but I just want to show you something. So if you happen to find yourself going to Chile and you happen to go over to Easter Island, then you're going to see these guys. The moai. These are the moai. They're made, sculpted, well they think, unless they're from aliens, they think they come from the Rapa Nui, the people that lived on this island. Most of them migrated and took ships out. There are still people that live on that island. My pareidolia shows that this little critter right here, this little shape, looks like that little shape right there. Yes, I know I'm nuts, but it's okay to be nuts. It's okay to get a little nuts sometimes. All right, what the hell am I doing? That's right, I'm building a kit. So I'm gonna just take this here, the nose from my moai here, and stick it into the back of that slot. Look, if it makes the kit fun to build instead of just a thing. Oh, I have to knock out these tabs here or it won't fit inside there. Have fun building your kits, people. Don't just make it a chore, and it's not fun. So you have a little pareidolia. So you see things differently. It means you're creative. It means you're open-minded. And if people say you're crazy, just laugh. Laugh it off. Ha 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 ha. I'm just more brilliant than you are, and you are jealous. Oh, and eat a bag of dicks from bagofdicks.com. All right, so we made that little critter right there. The little guy right there. All right, we're making another one. So we're going to take the other D22 here. And then we're going to take the D6. Their box, little gift box. Same thing. We're going to take the little nose part of this, make Make sure it's facing the correct way. There's very small writing on the bottom of this little box. Make sure that's facing down. Flip this little guy over. There we go. Push the little nose on there. Okay, now we got two of those. Okay, and basically all I did was I took a D22 and put it into the back of that, creating this. Same thing, D22 into the back of that, creating this. Hopefully that's focused so that you can see. Okay, so we're going to take those two. We're going to take the previous step, step 12. This was step 12. This is step 12. And now we're going to take a D20, which is here. D20. It's attached to something else. It's attached to a D21. We don't want D21. We just want D20. We're going to put it into the first slot right here. There we go. Nice little squish. Then we're going to take an A14. An A14. Here it is. A14 is pointing to this piece right here. It's a shelf. We're going to take the A14. We're going to place it this direction. And then we're going to connect our little Rapa Nui to it. Make sure it's facing the right direction. Just this way. We're going to take that peg, place it into this slot right here, we hope. There we go, nice squish. Same thing with the second little box of decoration, making sure the writing is facing the countertop there, like so. Little display case. And this is going to go into that slot there with that peg, using this piece as the back, like so. So a little shelving type of system here. Okay. So I will show you that. We put those little critters together. And we stuck them onto this piece right here to make that. Stuck that into there along with the D20. And we created that, which of course is this little display case. So I'll put that aside. So that was page 5. We're going to flip the thing over now, and we're going to add this now to the floor, it looks like. So all right, let's take a look here. So with this peg, we're going to place it into that opening right there. Like so. So it looks like it runs into the back of that display. A little wonky. Okay. Then we're going to take a D21, which was the piece that I didn't want to take out before, but now we're going to take it out. This D21 here, sorry. D21, yeah. With the little symbols on it. Okay, I'm not sure if you're able to see that, but we're going to take that. This is going to be difficult, so I may take this piece out. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out the piece we just put in there, because this piece looks a little tricky. This peg right here will drop into this slot right here. Or maybe it won't. Okay, there it is down there. Then I'm going to put this thing back in here. Yeah, that would have been way too tricky. In fact, since I see another slot back there, we may end up taking that out again. So that's supposed to rest on there. Like so, an A23. 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 Really, A23? Oh yeah, this guy right here. A23. Yes, so I'm going to take this table back out because they want this little piece as a divider here for this cabinet. There is another piece right there. We're going to take the A23 facing us. Get a little flash on there. Actually, it's facing away from us. Okay, it's facing towards the slushy machine or the snow cone machine or whatever that is. All right, this will be easier. Now it's acting as a divider. We're going to put this guy back in here. See, it may be easier for you to take this display case out so that you can put these two in here, as it was a little easier for me to do that. Of course, you have to align these things up now. Try to get them to fit. There we go. So now that acts as a corner piece to your display case. That rests on there. As long as we don't have to move anything anymore. Pressing everything on. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I'll show you what we did here. I hope this will focus for you. So we have the floor. Let me know if it's focused. If not, figure something else out. Put the A23 down into the floor there. We took the D23 and put it into that slot there. And then we put the full display into the slot there. And that's your completed floor up to this point. So again, there's that corner piece, there's that bottom piece, then here's that display piece. I'm sorry if it's not focusing. If it's focusing for you, great. My eyes are just wonky. Like, share, comment, subscribe if this is the type of content that you're interested in. And if it's not the type of content you're interested in, like, share, comment, and subscribe anyway. Because you like chimpanzees. And Sammy. Who doesn't like Sammy? All right, now we're going to go to step 17, which looks like we're going to build some more shelves. First, we're getting some agua. Because babbling requires agua. All right, we need a D18. Here is a D18. Right here, facing this shelf right here. Okay, so we're going to take this shelf and rotate it this way. We need a D2, which is a lovely cake. Oh, yummy. Oh, yummy. We're going to take this D2, this little cake, put it into the first slot here. Nice little squish. It almost looks like a top hat. Like the black rim of the top hat and the white band. And then maybe whatever you would have green on there, I don't know. But it's not, it's a cake. We need a D16, which is right here, which is going to be used as a divider, a shelf divider. We're going to take that and put it into that big slot right there. Squish like that, so it's a shelf divider. We're going to take a D3, which is another lovely cake. Yeah, don't build these restaurant kits on an empty stomach. You're going to be eating these little parts. Yeah, I don't like stepping on Lego. Well, nowadays, if I stepped on a Lego, I wouldn't feel it. But I still use that as a verbal threat. Go step on a Lego. I use it in Arc Raiders almost daily. That slot right there, you can drop that peg into that slot. If your fingers just don't want to make it work, you may want to take out that divider. But there we go. Okay. Now we need a D15. Which is right here. It's kind of eye shape. I didn't want to come out. Son of a mother father. Okay. So this piece right here is going to be an outside piece. So it's not painted here, but they want you to see this side. So we're going to take this critter. We're going to take that peg there and run it into that slot. Like that, nice little click. Like so. And then we're going to take another one, a D14, which surprisingly has a little fish dangling off of it. Oh, I didn't want that to drop, but we're going to be using that piece in a moment. Okay, let's put that one aside. This one here, fish goes on the outside. It's on the outside here. Slot, peg. Some of the silkscreen came off of this peg, so I'll show you what I generally do when I mess those things up. I'm just going to put that right into here. So what I do is I keep a black Sharpie in my little toolkit, and whenever I mess up something, I just take the black Sharpie, or you could take some black paint. Voila. Okay. So D17 fell out of its little doohickey. D17 was right here, fell out. D17, it has a little bit of flash stuck in the center, so I'm just going to use my little tool and pop that little thing out of there. Okay. So this goes on the top of your shelf system here. So it looks like a bunch of tombstones lined up. So you're going to take the center post right here, and the edge is there. And this looks like it may be a little tricky to do. Do the center first and push the ends together. Try to align this thing a little better. Okay. There we go. It's snapped together like a puzzle. There's your little fishy. Orientation lines. That's what those are. Orientation lines. If you're watching the live stream, if you don't mind tapping the number 1 or letting us know that you're here, because if I don't see any communication going in the chat, then I'll assume that Those are just bots. Okay, I will show you what I built here. We took the D2 and the D3 and we stuck it to the D18. The red squares indicate which of the slots the parts go. The D16 being the divider in the middle. Then we took the two outer parts, these eye-shaped parts, stuck them on the ends here. And then the D17, the top, we put the center peg through the center slot and then connected the slots to either peg of D14 and D15 to create this little cabinet. This little cabinet. Now we're going to enclose the cabinet. Okay. So we're going to take D1, which is this sassy little part right here. See the silk screening around it. Okay. So you see it's got a slot here and a slot there. We're just going to lay it over the top of these two pegs, making sure that this is facing forward, that is not facing forward. But you do have pegs on both sides, so those pegs will probably go into a wall or into another object. Okay. The key word is try. Okay. So if you feel inclined to fill in those little tabs with a little green paint, you can certainly do that. Okay. So all I did here was I took D1, followed the red arrows and connected it to the pegs. And made that. I just noticed it looks like a little kitty cat up there, but I can't tell what that is. That little object right there. It is so blurry to me, I cannot figure out what it is. Nope, not a clue. All right, we're gonna work on another shelf with gizmos on it. So let's go with an A9. A9. 9 times. Here is an A9. We're going to take a D8. A D8. Son of a mother father. See, I got hiccups, Mike. Here is a D8. We're going to take the D8. Drop it into the first slot. Renee K. Close. Renee Close? What's better than Lego? Was, wait, what, who, what, where, why, what? So Legos, what do they call them? They have Legos and then they have the brick building or whatever they call those brick things. That's the other thing. And there's so many different names for Legos, obviously. But they have some really cool kits I thought about getting. They're made out of, they're called build blocks or whatever. They look just like Legos. But they have some really cool Japanese buildings that I may buy one of those kits. And see if I can build one of those. But yeah, I gotta take these glasses off for a minute. They're hurting my eyes. I can see. Whew. Roblox? No. Is that what you write? Right? Right. Right, said Fred. What am I doing? That's right, I'm building a model kit. Yeah, in case you don't know, this is what I'm building. From Cutefun, this is the DIY miniature house, Kyoto Matcha Cottage, which is a Japanese Edo period architecture tea house. It's a tea house and store. It's an actual place in Japan. I'll prove it to you after we complete this kit. There's tea houses all over Japan, of course. There's tea houses all over Kyoto, Japan as well. If you happen to be in Japan, well, snap a picture of yourself and send us the link. Unless you're behind a blue screen or green screen and you do it that way, whatever. This kit has 128 pieces. It's part of the City Walk, which there's 4 of these kits. One of them is that one that I built. One of them is that one that I built. And now we're working on this one. And then next time, we'll build on the last kit, which is that one there. But we're working on this one right now, which matcha in Japanese means ceremonial tea, green tea. So, yeah, if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, that's what the heck I'm doing. D9, which is right here. Why it won't focus? It's beyond me. Does anybody know if there's an app that lets you focus better on your phone? We're going to put it into the second slot. Nope, it's going to fall right out. Let's try it again. Okay. Focus. Focus. Okay, how about D10? D10 is right here. Okay, D10 is going to go into the third slot. I think you see where I'm going with this. There's the third slot. Nice squish. And the last one, D5, right here. Very small little part. Very small. Could potentially lose that into a fold or flap of fatty tissue that's connected to my butt. You sank my destroyer. What? Is that from D5 or D10? Uh-oh. Throwing me off, trying to scare me there, so I missed it. Son of a mother father. Go into your home. Are you too good for your home? Go. Squish into your freaking son of a mother, father, sister, and brother. I don't know why it won't focus. I'm sorry. Let me get rid of this stupid $1,400 phone. Or $2,000 phone. Why won't you focus on here? What do I have to do? Do I have to tell your mother? Focus. Focus. Why won't you focus, you son of a mother father? Can you see that now? Now you can kind of see it. All right. All right. That mess that I just made was step 19 here. Focus. Well, if you can see those parts, connected it to the board to make that dingus right there. That dingus right there. So we're going to put that dingus aside. And we're going to flip pages. Page 6 going to page 7. Page 7. All right, looks like we're going to be building a wall. So let's look for a B1. 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 Is it this whole wall? It is this whole wall. We got a B1 here. We got to poke out the flash that's blocking these little spots. Okay. These little pieces of flash, I keep them because sometimes you need to fill a hole. So you can drop these little pieces. So I hang on to those little itty bitty things. Hey Sam. Wow. What's going on, Sam? Did you find any buggies out there? Huh? Did you find any buggies out there, Sam? You did? What did you find? It's hot out there and you probably find a tarantula. Did you find any tarantulas? Not quite sure what a tarantula is? It's a big spider. We stay away from spiders. B1 hit. Nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to have your bingo cards and your little battleship. I'm going to go over to the Dollar Tree because I know they had little mobile battleship game, you know, like the old games, like the big board where you face each other. But they have the little ones you can take when you're in a car, your parents are driving, you're going to Disneyland or Legoland or whatever. Yeah, you have those little board kits. You know what else is fun? Mad Libs. Mad Libs are hilarious. We used to do Mad Libs when we used to do podcasts and stuff like that. I'm going to get some Mad Libs, and we're going to work on Mad Libs one day while we're building one of these kits or painting. Okay, so let's see here. So this thing gets rotated around and facing this direction like so. Okay, so this is the back side. It's for washing your backside. Okay, we're going to take this critter that we built from the previous, and it is going to go into these two slots here, like so. Okay, so it's got a painted one in here, painted shelf. So that's kind of cute. It kind of looks 3D. And you got this gizmo here, a little fishy on the side. I don't know about that one. Huh. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little marking. You give me a side that's not painted, I will mark it up with my Sharpie. Now it doesn't look like plain cardboard. Probably won't ever see this side. But you know what? My OCD, ADD, ADHD with my shenaniganry. Sometimes you just need to do it. Cool. All right. You didn't have to do that. I just did it because I could. All right, so now we're going to add a little shelf. So the little shelf that we made is going to go into those two slots right there with those two pegs. Nice. I could do the same thing and take the Sharpie and go underneath here as well. But again, you won't see any of that once it's sitting inside the kit. You'll be looking at it more at this angle. So, all right, I will show you what I made. We started here on step 20. We just basically pressed in the previous cabinet from step 18, the shelf from step 19, and we put it on the reverse of this B1 wall. So it looked like this, or this right here. So this is the outside wall, I guess. You know? So these windows remind me of when you play like Grand Theft Auto 5, or you play any video game where the developers got lazy and they didn't want to do an interior of a building. They would just paint these three-dimensional images on, you know, the face, so that when you're driving your car by or walking down the street, it looks like it's three-dimensional until you walk up to it and see that it's just a flat image. But having an image like this as you step away from it makes it look like it's an actual looking through a window and seeing it. What did they do? They did that in that movie with Seth Rogen and Doohickey Dude, where they go to North Korea and they try to hang out with Kim Jong, whatever the doofus's name, and they go driving down the street in the limousine, and they're like, look, all our supermarkets and all our restaurants and all our places are all filled with people. But when they go out there, you know, by themselves, they realize that they're just facade buildings with these 3D images that none of them open up and you can't see through any of them and whatever. Yeah, okay, my mind went off somewhere else, my bad. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I'm building a kit. All right, 21, we're gonna build a sign. So we need an E6 and an E7. Here is an E6 and an E7. And there you go, they look like those Easter Island people. I'm telling you. I'm gonna make you pareidolia yourselves. Okay, so this is an E6. Let's put the E6 here and the E7 here, and we'll get an E14, which is here. Okay. E14. We gotta determine which is that's the correct way here. All right, so E7 should be here. We're gonna connect here. So we have our moai facing that direction, and our other moai facing this direction. Like so, like you do. Okay, and then we're going to get an E18, which is here. Okay, take that out of there. These two slots right here. We're going to take our newly minted sign that we forged in our basement and connect it here. Okay, no we're not. Yes we are. Okay, make sure everything's together there. So we have that little dingus, that little dingus. Okay, and I will show you that right there. So we took these two shapes, the E6 and the E7, put them on the either side of this sign. Then we took the whole completed part and stuck it to this roof, which gave us this. And this right here. Not quite to scale on this one here, though. We'll put that one aside. We're going to build a wall, so we need a B2. Here is a B2. Oh, yeah, it came right out there. Okay, so we'll put that aside. So here's our B2 bomber. We are going to make some of these lamps, make some of these rice paper type lamps. They put the candle inside there, it torches the rice paper. Okay, so we need a C9 and a C14. A C9 and a C14. C9, which is here. Funky shape. I've broken one of these before. They're very delicate. It's the thing that holds the lamp to the ceiling. I'm sorry, to the roof. Son of a mother father. C14, there's 2 of them. So they're right here, these little paper lamps. Grab both of them. Put them aside. Okay. So they have little handles on them. That little thing is a handle. So we're gonna take our little dingus here, find the correct way, which looks like that shape. We're gonna stick said handle into that little thing. These are extremely delicate little critters. Little critters. Oh! And that one's broken. Okay. See how easy things break in here? Isn't that just lovely? Isn't that just lovely, Sammy? I gotta break something every time I build a kit, Sammy. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. What? It's inevitable. What? Inevitable. Inevitable. From Team America. Right? Inevitable. I'm using this super glue and trying to put this part together. And it's going to fall apart. La 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 la. Son of a mother father. Damn it! I broke more of it. Okay, I guess we're not putting that together there. All right, we'll try to see if the other one will survive, and then we'll just glue that one to the side. Oh, always breaking things. Always breaking things. Next. This one, why is this one so tricky? Oh, no one would have worked better. Let's see where this one goes. So this one goes here. This one here goes into that slot there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, you didn't hear that. So I broke that wall. So we're not doing good here, unfortunately, because we are just breaking shit left and right. That's what happens when you have giant chimpanzee freaking gorilla mittens. Let's try that again. So that one fits in there. The one that we broke, which is here. This one goes in there like that. Get rid of that. That doesn't seem right. Why does this not look right? That's the way it's supposed to go. Sure as heck doesn't seem like it. So we're going to lose the hook on this one. The hook got busted off, so we're just going to try to glue this thing on here the best I can. If it doesn't work, well, then it just won't be part of this kit. Let's just keep that there for now. Next, we're going to try to glue this edge back on here. I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, I see, it's a doorway. Okay, let's leave that there. Let's try to get this edge on here. La, 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 la. Okay. Let's try that again. Stay. Good kitty. All right. I don't know if that's going to hold, but the thing is once I connect it to the building, then I can glue the parts on. It's 2:30 a.m. Holy moly, where are you at? It's 5:30 here. 2:30 a.m. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's 9 hours. Are you in France? See, by the name of Renee, I would think you're in France. Are you in France? We're from France. Coneheads? Saturday Night Live? Long time ago? No? Too soon? I really can't finish this part here, but we're going to try E21. Which is going to be this flags right here. E21. Very delicate. Very delicate. Okay. We need a C11. CC11. C11. C11. Here's C11. Some type of clasp. They gave us an extra one, thank goodness. Did they give us an extra one of these? No. Could I have used those? Yes. Okay, nope. You stay in your home. All right, so little Flaggy McFlaggertins gets held on by what? Little Flaggy McFlaggertins. This is going to be difficult. This piece is going to fall off. It's okay if it does. Flaggy McFlaggertin. This part here, this post, goes into that hole there, like so. This is going to require an adult, like so. And then this critter, this little thing there, now you decide to focus, goes what? Goes here. So like so. Okay. So it hangs up here, it dangles. It's a dangling participle. So it connected on to that loop there that holds that lamp, and then you put a little dingus right there, and you post it through there, and then you have a little dangly. A little movable part, that's cool. This guy is trying his best to stay glued on here. But it's not gonna happen. You know what? I think the only way this is gonna work, Mr. Dangling Participle, is we're gonna get one of our sassy pieces. That we took from the flashing, and we're going to use this. So let's get a smaller piece. Let's see, let's use this here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. May I have another? We are going to make a custom piece here out of some of this flashing. I am not a paid professional, nor do I do this at home. I don't know where that flew off to. Okay, just taking a piece of this flashing. This board that I'm cutting on is called a self-healing cutting board. This is linked in the description, so you can make slices in your board and it'll just heal up. It's a weird foamy thingamajig stuff, kind of, whatever. Linked in the description as well. We're going to take this random piece of flash that we just created, and we're going to try to use it as a brace for this thing here. So we're going to add some glue here with our super glue. And we're going to take this bad boy, stick them on there. We can flip them over. Oop, come back. Come back. Stop sticking to my hand. Let's leave that to stay glued there for a moment. Sometimes you have to improvise. That little doorway. Okay. If you were to figure out a way to take all these parts off of the flashing, file them down, make them in all prepared order, and then you speed run this kit, you still wouldn't finish it in a half hour. Because you still have to file parts, glue parts that you break. I want to see somebody build this. But see, they're going to time lapse it. They're going to upload content. They're going to take a 3-hour thing that they built and knock it down into like a half hour, right? And then they're going to lie to you and say, oh, I built this thing in a half hour. That's a lie. It took you 97 hours to build this little thing, and then you compressed it down into 10 minutes. So I will show you this disaster of a thing that I made. Okay, this piece we busted off immediately, this post. We broke this side over here, so we put this one on here. This one here is this right here. The C10, the C14. Take the handle and connect it to that little ledge right there. Then you take the back end and stick it up into the wall up there. But this one is different than this one. This is the one that I broke. I busted the tip off right there. So then I got rid of that piece and glued this straight on to this piece right here. This little L shape is gone. But that little peg, I created a peg on my own and stuck that in there and still glued that over here, which is right here. This thing here, right here. Then we took this little sign that had 2 posts on the edge, stuck one into the slot, this slot here, which is right here, stuck that post into there. Then we got this piece right here, the C11. We try to figure out the orientation of that, which way goes where. Finally figured out the orientation, stuck that peg into that slot. Then we took this end of the flag, stuck it into that doohickey right there. Now we're in the process of gluing this thing here, this post that I snapped off with a little piece that I glued onto the back for support. We're waiting for that to dry. And then you have this whole sass right here. I'd lift it up and show it to you, but it's right here going through some drying process right now. That's strictly because I broke it on my own. You did nothing. I mean, you helped out by chatting with me, subscribing to @RealTalkChimp, sharing @RealTalkChimp with your friends and family, and your goat, and your bonobo chimpanzee. And you also hit that like button down there. And after you subscribe to the channel, you hit the notification bell because you realized, you know what? Real Talk Chimp and crew, they upload content almost daily. I want to be notified. So I'm going to click that notification bell. So even Sammy has it. Right, Sammy? Sammy, are you subscribed to Real Talk Chimp? Of course you are. Sammy even has his own channel, for crying out loud. In fact, you can go over to Real Talk Chimp, which is this sassy channel here. You can go into playlists. Oh, let's go back here again. You can go into playlists. You can scroll through all my video games and podcasts, whole lot of Red Dead Redemption, lots of video games. Lots of video games. Let me scroll through here. We're just taking a little break here. Just taking a little break. Trying to find the channel here. I may have gone past it. Give me a moment. It's not in alphabetical order. I even have karaoke on here. There's my arts and crafts, 97 videos of painting and building kits. More karaoke. You go over here to my best friends and your best friends, 111 videos. You click on that, 111. You have Kid and Sammy when Kid was still alive. Kid videos, all kinds of Sammy videos. Kid videos, monkeys jumping on the bed, kitties for days. And if you scroll through, there's more kitties in here. There's also Oz Monkey, which was my bearded dragon. So if you need a break from everything and you just want to watch a funny video, you click on something like that. That's a staring contest right there. That's hilarious. He didn't move a muscle. You know, he didn't move muscle. That's how Sammy lays. He lays on his back, belly and all exposed to the world. You know, you need a break from video games, from everything else, and you go and watch kitties. Kitties. All right. Let's get back over here. Okay, so check out the other playlists of Real Talk Chimp. I guarantee you there'll be content to tickle your totem pole. I guarantee you. Not to mention all the gaming videos. If you were ever a Red Dead Redemption fan, then you will see our series of unfortunate events. And that alone should make you laugh. You'll probably urinate, so keep a diaper nearby. We do a lot of comedy on Real Talk Chimp. Look, if you have a talking chimpanzee, you know it's going to be funny. So, yeah. All right, let's see how our critter is doing. See, I stuck that little brace on there, and it held on pretty well. Pieces on there. Sometimes you need to do a little ingenuity. You need to just improvise sometimes. All right, so we have completed step 7. We're going to flip the page. Now we are going to put this piece with those slots right there. And we're going to try to put them on the pegs right here. Try is the key word. Now, things may break again when I do this. So I think what I'm going to do is glue this up here because I don't trust it. So let's put that down. Let's get some glue here. Okay. Make sure you close up your glue or you will never be able to get it out. All right. We're going to take it to the best of our ability and rest it up here. So I'm pretty certain it's not going to hold without breaking something. Okay. Let's let that stay glued. Stay. Okay. Now we'll go back and work on something else. So all I did was I glued this thing. It didn't want to stay on the peg, so I glued it right to the wall. Hopefully it'll stay like this. Hopefully. Thing is I can try. I just have a feeling it's going to break when you put it in here. That one will hold. This one not so much. Let's try. I'm going to take this guy and leave him over here so he can dry. Let's start working on these shelves. So we're on step 24. Right. All right, so we need a C15. Here is a C15. This shape right here, this L shape. So we're going to place this like this. That's the orientation. We need a whole bunch of little parts. So we need an A2. Which is right here. So an A2. Okay, we're going to take this A2, flip it around. And we're going to stick it right onto this first slot here. Very small part. Nice squish. Okay. A2. They're like little cans. Possibly little cans, not sure. A4. But it's a display for trinkets, possibly. A4 goes into second slot, which is here. Nice little squish. Okay. A3. Just here. Sometimes you need those little gaps into things. Like we took a pretty good gap on that. We spent about 20 minutes just on that piece. But I took my time when Renee said, oh, adjust the post. Oh, okay. Hopefully that will work. All right, so when Renee said, oh, Germany near Denmark. Ich lerne Deutsch nicht gut. There you go. Auf Wiedersehen. I agree. Take your time, Chimp. Yes. Take your time. Back at 5:29 p.m. That's when I was going quick and breaking things. Take your time. Sometimes take your break, you know? Take a break. Go stretch, get some water, use a restroom. Oops. You know, take a break. Don't feel that you have to finish this kit immediately within the time limit or something like that. Unless you're getting paid to do it, I guess, then go for it. This is strictly just a hobby. I'm just doing this for fun. Just to make you giggle and laugh at me. That's my whole thing. I don't want you laughing with me. I want you laughing at me. People always say, oh yeah, they're not trying to be mean. They're laughing with you. No, they're laughing at you. Accept it and move on. All right, C. We're looking for C. You want them to laugh at you. You're a clown. Of course you're going to want them to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. All right, here's C2. Wow, if you can remember that, okay. They're all going to laugh at you. That was from Carrie. A horror movie, Carrie. She wants to go to the prom. The mom, the psychotic mom. They're all gonna laugh at you. All right, one of these doohickers just fell out of the doohicker thing, the plate. All right, so this is C2. C2 is gonna go into the second slot here. The second slot. Gonna be a little tricky when you already have these things in here. I mean, the way you're typing seems to be really well, so your English is pretty darn good. I can only read a few words in German. It's usually the swear words. Okay. C3, P-O. Meow. He's speaking Norwegian, just so you know. He's a Norwegian forest cat. Sammy meows in Norwegian. Sammy, can you tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Thank you. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Niet? Do you speak German? Or do you only speak Norwegian? Okay. You want to come up here? Sam. Do you want to come up here? Come up here. Come hang out. Yeah, how's your Norwegian? I had to learn to meow in Norwegian when I first got Sammy, so. All right, we're looking for C3. P-O. C3. Little bottles. Or something. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. All right, C3PO goes into the slot right there. I don't know what's going on outside. I may have to go and check. In fact, hang on a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back. I want to see what's going on at the front door. Be right back. just neighbors. Oh. Okay. So we're looking for C7. C7. I already do C4. We did not do C4. Here is C4. Kaboom. C4. Okay. C4 goes into that slot right there. Okay. C7, just right here. C7 goes into this first little slot here. Oh. Okay. Son of a mother father. Okay, I guess this piece does not want to go. So let's do some filing. No need to visit Germany. Really? There's seriously no points of interest in Germany? There's got to be something. Oh. Okay. C13 will go into the last slot. C13. Which is this itty bitty little critter right here. Ooh, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Use our tweezers for this critter if we can. Okay, gonna go into the last one here. It's gonna sit at a weird angle. Nope. Tweezer didn't work. Okay, we're gonna try phalanges. Come on. Come on, I know you got it in you. Get into your spot. Son of a monkey! Let's try it again. Okay, so since this one's not going to cooperate like usual, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to chop off the peg and just glue it straight on. Take the digits out of the way. Okay, sometimes, like I said, these kits warp. Wherever they come from, they warp. Add a little glue. Oh my God. What else? A18. A18, which is this right here. Okay. So this goes into A18. So we face it this direction. Turn this upside down. So these slots here, these pegs should is the key word, should work. There we go. Okay. Oh, we lost one. fell into my hand here. Okay, let's try to get that back in there. Okay. This guy's still like that. So it'll face this way like so. Oh, why is that facing the other direction? Okay, let's try to turn this thing here. Like so. All right, I will show you this disaster. So we started off over here, step 24, and we glued all these little critters onto this tabletop here, or this shelf top. We just pressed in, Prestige Worldwide. Put that one down in there, 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 and that one right there. But that one didn't cooperate, so we chopped off the bottom and made it smaller, and then put it back in there so that it looked like this. And then I'm trying to do subliminal messages. Is it working? No? Okay. Then we connected this thing onto here to give you that, which looks like this. I'm noticing this thing twisted, so let's turn this guy back. Son of a mother, father, sister, and brother, aunt, uncle, dogs, cats, fish. Stay. All right, I expect you to learn Norwegian meowing so you can talk to Sammy. Okay. There it is right there. Oh, we spent like an hour just on this one here. We're like 2.5 hours in, but we've been taking breaks. So we have been taking breaks. Short breaks, but breaks nonetheless. All right, moving on to the next page. All right, we're making some more shelves. Lucky us. All right, we need a C21 and a C22. Here I go, there I go, everywhere I go, go. C21, which is right here. Looks like a dish of something. Put that there. We need a C22. C22. Here we go. Another Moai from the Rapa Nui. All right, this little Eve, you go that way. You go that way. Things are falling off. Okay, so there we go. So we take this dingus, we hold it up like so. We take this little thing, our little Rapa Nui Moai, our Easter Island thing. Looks kind of like Fred Flintstone a little bit. Okay, we flip this thing around. We put the nose part into here. Hope it'll fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Oh my God. Why do they make this so damn difficult? Oh my God, here we go again. Finally. Okay. We take a C19, which is this shelf right here. Okay. Face it this way. We take the thing that we just created, this little plate of whatever, we put it into the first slot, which is here. So Holy mother of monkey jello. Okay, we take a B15. Don't fall. B15, which is a jar of something. Take our B15, goes into the second slot. Okay. Then we take a B13. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a cup sitting on its side, and then another cup or a little bowl. Possibly. Possibly. Okay, this little peg right there will go into this slot right here. Like so. We got one slot left for a B14. Oh, I know somebody's got to have bingo, but that's too many B's on there, though. Got to have a INGO. Okay, 14. Uh-oh. All right, that was a piece of flash that fell off. Okay. B14 with a little peg here. We'll go into this last slot here. Okay. So this is what I did here. We took a C21 and a C22 and we connected them together. That goes on the back side of that green thing. Then that gets connected down into the first slot. We took the B15 into that slot, the B13 into that slot, the B14 into that slot, and we created that shelf right there. Huzzah! Okay, and now we're going to build a whole shelving system, it looks like. So we need a B9, which is right here. So B9 and B12 we're going to use. The B12 vitamin on this side here, but the B9, I'm going to pop the B9 out. And the B12 is going to fall out into my hands, okay? So the B9, okay, so the orientation, if you see here, the orientation shows that peg and that slot facing outward, but that peg facing to the right. So we want it, not that one. We want this one to face outward with that slot facing that direction. This peg is going to go down into that little square right there. And what if I told you it's not going to go in there? What would you tell me to do? Oh, there we go. You would say, get out your file and start filing, toots. Okay, so then we're going to take the B12, the same thing. We want that peg to be facing the opposite direction. So we want to put this slot onto that peg, hopefully. They squish, like so. Okay. Then we want a C1. A C1. Here is a C1. Careful. C1. Now we want to turn it this way. This way. There's some window. And we want to place these slots on these pegs. That was lovely. Perfect. stand. So that's what we want there. Okay. So you already saw this crap up here. So we're going to show you that we took that shelf, we added the sides to it. That's noting the direction it's supposed to be. Plug down at the bottom there. Then we took the C1 plate, connected it to all 4 spots so that we have this kind of bay window looking thing. Here's your bay window, I guess. Kind of a bay window. Oh, it's a display. It's a display. So look at the side of the building here. The side of the building here. Got this like display of stuff. So it's a display window, okay? Put that aside. Okay, now we're going to connect that to a C23, which is right here. C23 number here. I don't know if it's focusing or not, but it's this thing. Okay. Son of a mother. Jan Paul Magtolis. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you for saying howdy ho, stranger. We are going to connect. Why does this not look correct to me? I had it upside down, that's why. So we're going to take this side. We had it upside down. We were looking at it like this, going, why does this not look like this? One thing does not look like the other, because I have to flip it around this way. All right, so we have that peg, but no peg on that side. The peg down here, but no peg on this side. So we're going to take this peg, put it into that slot, this peg, put it into that slot. So it's going to be kind of staggered. Kind of staggered on here a little strangely, but that's what they want. That is what we're going to do. Nice snap. Nice squish. Okay. Right, mate. And then we're going to take an E16. Technically, you can't play bingo with an E. So maybe we're playing binge. B-I-N-G-E. Except we don't have a G. So we're playing bine. Ha! All right. Here's your E16, by the way. Pop that out. And then we're going to connect it. We're going to flip it this way. And we got these 2 tabs. We got a tab up here and a tab up here. And we're going to put these into those slots there. Nice little squish. And nothing on this side. Okay. We need to file this side down. There we don't clip that on. All right. Now, if I were me, I would pop this thing off, drill a hole through it, and put a little LED in there so that the LED shines out through here onto your display case here. If you were I, or I were you, or okay. So we did that onto that to create that. Then we took that, connected that to it. Then we stuck that onto there to create that little thing there. Bloop, which is this right here. I guess it's kind of rotated this way. Like you do. Now we're going to flip the page and And we're making more displays. An A7, A5, and an A12. All right, a A12, right here. A12, this little tiny shelf. Oh my Lord. Give me this thing, thank you. We're gonna place it that way. We're gonna get an A7, which is here. Little bottles. Oh my Lord, that is stuck in there good. Ow. We're going to take this A7, drop it into the first slot, and listen to a nice squish. Then we're going to take an A5, which is sitting on its side right here. It looks like a bottle of shampoo. Could be green tea shampoo. I don't know. Okay, we're going to place it into the first slot. A nice little squishy. Okay, so that's one little shelf. Then we're going to take an A11, which is this itty bitty little shelf. Itty bitty, floating in a stew. A17, which is right here, these little wine bottles or some kind of little bottles. And we're going to just pop it right into that slot right there. Nice little squish. Put that there. Then we're going to take an A16, which is this fancy little sign right here. Looks like an eye chart at a doctor's office. And we're going to take an A13, which is a little dingus. That little dingus right there. These are always a pain in the ass. Luckily, I have a bunch of them from these other kits here in case I need them. I'm going to do some body shaming on this guy. We're going to take the fat end, the T side. Well, actually, we're not. We're going to take the smaller side. We're going to run it through the back side of this, possibly a menu or something. I don't know. Okay. These things never want to cooperate. Okay, press that on there. All right, put that there. Okay. And stretch out my arms. Some agua. 2 hours and 50 minutes. Holy monkey. All right, so this is what I did here on step 28. We took the A12, we stuck an A5 and an A7 down into it, created that, which of course is this little gizmo right here. Then we took the A17 and stuck it onto the A11, which became this little gizmo here. Then we took the A13 and stuck it onto the A16 and created this little menu or something, I don't know. Now we're going to stick them all to a wall. So we need an A21, which appears to be right here, facing this direction. This is an A21. Careful popping it out. Okay. So this is the proper orientation. This is not the proper orientation. We want to flip it this way. And we want to take 28-2, which is this one, the little one. We want to stick this critter right into that slot there. So this little peg into this little slot here. That was a nice little squish. Then we want to take 28 times 1, which was this one here. And we want to put that one right below it here. This little peg. Squish it right in there. Cool. A little wonky. There we go. And then our sign that we created, of course we have to make sure the orientation is correct. So horizontal, not vertical, horizontal. Flip it around because I had it facing the wrong way. It's going to go into that slot there using that peg. Dar. A little wonky again. Okay. That's that. So you can see. Right, Dar. Move that aside. Okay. Now we're going to make a little standing sign probably for the outside. So we need an A8 and an A15. There is an A8 right here. Little sign. And an A15, which is right here. Okay. So we're going to take and flip Mr. Sign around and take our little nose right here. Stick them down into that slot there. Good if I can see it. Perfection. Matcha. Domo. Arigato. Hi. All right, we'll put that little sign right there. That was matcha. And we will flip thine page. Hi, monkey. Hi, monkey. You gonna come hang out at? Nope. Okay. All right. So we are gonna connect a wall. So we are gonna hold our little base right here, and we are gonna connect a wall. This wall. You're gonna connect this wall over here somewhere. So let's see. Well, we're going to connect it, but first we have some flashing blocking us, preventing us. So there's some flashing right here. So we're going to pop that flashing out. Put that in our little box. Now we're going to take this peg right here, connect it into that little slot right there. Try is the key word. Also, trying to put these shelves into here. Okay. Don't break anything, just squish down in there. Good. Okay. So now we have that wall sitting there. Okay, now we're going to take the thing that we broke into pieces. We're going to turn it this way. We're going to try our miracle best here. We're going to try this peg and bring it down into that slot without breaking everything else that we already broke. Then we'll connect that little gap onto the wall right there. Try is the key word. Carefully. You want me to put this through here somehow without breaking it even further? How? It has to go behind it somehow. This may require an adult. This looks tricky. There we go. Okay, so this Now it has to connect here without breaking. Out. Wow. Okay, come on. Please go to your home. Okay, we're going to do some sanding, some filing here because this piece refuses to go. Let's try it now. Please don't break. Fitting these critters together is usually the hardest part. All right. What else do you want me to do? Oh, we got to flip this thing around. Please don't fall apart. Oh, you're already falling apart. That's lovely. Oh, don't break. Oh, thank you. Whew. All right, turn it this way. So we're going to take this critter, flip it this direction. These two pegs here are going to go as best as you can over that table and chairs into that slot over there and that slot over there. Keyword try. This is the point of where you're at trying to put that ship in the bottle. You got it in the bottle. Now, how do you get the thing to stand up? It's called the moment of truth. Oh! Pieces want to fall off. Come on. Come on. Okay. Whew. Not. There we go. Best that we can do here. Really tricky. It's your little doorway going in there. Okay. Okay. Little dangly loop. The dangly loop. Lamp. Little dangly. It's dangling. See, it's dangly. Then you got this doohickey here that moves as well. Okay. So this is the mess that I've taken myself into. What they're pointing at is this little critter right here. Okay, flipping the page. Now we are putting, let's rotate. We are going to put a ceiling, which is A1, which is right here. This thing, this is, if it had LED lights, you could probably drill a hole through the skylight part, this thing like right through the center one there, and then run an LED through here. But this kit doesn't come with LED, so you're poop out of luck. Okay, it doesn't tell you which side goes first. What are we doing now? We are taking this little critter that we made, that little critter right there, and we are putting it into that slot. First, we are taking this gizmo, we are putting him into that slot right there, that peg. And it's not going to fit. So we're going to take our file, do some filing. I wonder if they made steamed pork dumplings. I don't know, but you're making me hungry with them things, man. Talking about them foodie things. Oh, I just knocked off that light. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take this critter, put him on here, but see that ceiling piece has to go in there. So let's put the bottom in first. That goes down into that and then connects onto that. So we're going to try to put that there, align this up somehow, and the ceiling just fell off. Perfect. Okay. All right. Squish that on there. Press everything. No, don't fall apart. There's no falling apart in baseball. Oh my God, please. Please, please go to your spot. I don't know why you refuse to fit in your spot. Oh, don't break. Okay. I don't want to press it anymore. I don't want to pick anything else. Okay, so what we did was that hole up there, we put that ceiling piece across into there. Then we connected this wall down into here and then connected that ceiling piece into there. Oh, we got one more wall. Hang on. So now we're going to take this critter, the slots, and we're going to do our best. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to do some filing because I don't trust this. Now we are going to try to put this onto here without breaking everything. That actually went on there pretty good. Okay. All right, so again, we put that wall on. And then we have this. We're going to flip thine page. We're going to put on some rooftop parts. So we need E1 times 2. Here is E1 times 2. Okay. No! Okay. All right, let's try to figure this out here. Okay, so generally if you're gonna run an LED, drill a hole right there, run your wires around. You're gonna either need to have a plug-in, because I don't know if you're gonna put a battery box inside here. So maybe you run an LED that's rechargeable and just have, the recharger drilled out maybe on the back somewhere. Okay, so we are gonna take the best that we can here. Those little critters there and these little pegs. We're gonna try our darndest. Get one side plugged in. Can't see the other side. Nope. Nope. No. Okay. We're gonna pull this off and we're gonna do some filing. Again. I'm building this tea house, Japanese tea house in Kyoto, Japan. Almost finished with it. Trying to put these ceiling pieces on here. Oh, I saw a lamp fall off. That's lovely. Okay, a lamp. And the lamp broke. It actually broke. So I'm gonna have to glue that on there since that broke. Okay, so let's flip this around. Let's grab this one here, same thing. Pegs here. Slots here. Okay, much better when you do some sanding. Okay, so those are on. And then we're going to put the gables on. So we're going to take a B4. First of all, we're going to grab our gables here. One there, since they already fell off. One there, and we're going to take a B4, which is here. Carefully remove this. And our B plate is complete. So now this flat side down will go on top of here. The key is to fit it inside this slot, but that ain't gonna happen. So we take one of our gables, run it through, run it through the other one. Like so. Yeah, almost complete. No, almost complete. We're almost done here. Once we put this thing down onto the sidewalk, then we should be done. Okay, so we're going to connect the gables. They have slots on either side. And those slots will be for these pegs. and then the top part will fit on top of here. So this is a little tricky. So I'm going to try to hold on to it. Try without filing to put these things on here. Okay. Same thing with this side here. Okay, and that'll just sit on top. So if you look at like these other ones here, this one here, gables, this one actually fit inside the slot. Same with this one here. Different styles. Okay, the lamp fell off, like I said, so we're going to try to glue this lamp back on. I'm running out of glue here. This is going to require a little bit of surgery to put this back on here. A little bit of surgery. Fascinating. Amazing. I swear to God, there's a vortex here that makes things just disappear. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went, Sammy. You're going to have to find it. Found it. It was the cap for the xacto blade. Okay, so what we did was put these two ceiling pieces on, the open slots down onto the pegs. To get this here. Then we took that piece there, connected it to one of these gizmos. Damn it, lamp fell down again. Connected that side so that we had that sort of eye cross looking thing to go on the ceiling, so that it'll look like that. All right, this guy fell off again. Let's try it again. Oh my Lord. We'll just keep it like that for now. Try to get that lamp to glue on. Okay. Do you have what? Do you have a what? A pet? I don't have a pet. I have a child named Sammy. That's Sammy right there. But he is not a pet. He would like a pet, like a pet monkey or something, right, Sammy? You want me to get you a pet monkey? You want to say hi to Michael? You want to wag your tail for Michael? Okay. Yeah, I don't believe in pets. I'm a pet. Sammy owns me. I'm Sammy's pet. I'm Sammy's pet chimpanzee. So Sammy has a pet. All right, so it looks like we're gonna make some more stuff. All right, we are gonna make, it looks like something. I can't tell you what it is, so I cannot figure out what it could possibly be. But we are gonna make some stuff. All right, so let's go and find E. So we need an E9. Here is an E9. We need an E9 and an E8. E9 and an E8 right here. I can't tell if it's a vase. So that goes there. That goes there. And then we need an E3 and an E22. One E3 and an E22. Wow, that's quite the opposite of the spectrum there. So the E3 will go here. Flip that around. And the E22 will go here. And then we will make something here. So we'll take brown side upwards, connect that into here. Oh Lord. Like so. Sits at a weird angle, okay. Please don't break. We'll take the E22, run it into there somehow. Like so. Then we'll take this critter, using those pegs, and these slots, and connect these. Like so. And whatever the heck this is. Okay. And then that right there is this. The E9 and the E8 with the E3 and the E22 connected to make that. Make sure the brown side is up, connected to the brown side, green side down. Now we're going to take a C16, which fell off at the beginning of our quest here, so that's the C16. And we're going to take whatever these little parts are. We're going to take an E2, which is right here. We're going to connect our C16 into that slot, with that peg, like so. Then we're going to take two C18s, two or one? Two C18s. I see one C18 here. Oh, I'm sorry. They are right here. I was thrown off by the C17, which is there. These two things here, which I have no idea what they are. Where's our tool? Tool here. Pop out these little critters right here. Meow. And then what are we going to do with these? We are going to do what with these? Okay, we're going to put one on either side of this critter here. So, yeah, I have no idea what that is. And this one goes on the other side here. I just got bit by a mosquito. That's lovely. That one goes on this side here. Like so. What the hell is this? I don't know. Okay, so that was taking that C16 and putting it onto this E2, and putting one of these on one side and one of these on the other to create that. I don't know what that is. Now we're going to sit that on top of that. How? Oh, okay. So using those pegs right there and these slots right here, connect. Does not look right. Connect that onto the top of it. Okay, which is this right here. Now we're going to add some more themes to it. So we need E4 times 2, which is right here. E4 times 2. E4 times 2. Okay, what do we do with these E4s? We're going to put one E4 one E4 here. One E4 right here. Oh, it's ice cream cone of some sort. Okay. It's a display. This one does not want to cooperate. There we go. It's a little display of some sort. Okay. All right. So we did the E4s on the front and back of this thing, or sides of this thing. We stuck them on there to get that. Just this. See, it's an ice cream cone. That's the waffle cone there, and that's green tea ice cream on top. Very confusing. All right, so then we're going to take two C20s, which are the actual scoops of butter ice cream, I guess, here with sprinkles. And then we're going to put a gizmo in between them to give them a three-dimensional effect. So we're going to take an E5, which is this Chingus right here. Give you an extra one in case this one flies away. So these are going to go in between here. Like so. And take this one, connect it as well, make sure it matches up. Okay, then we're going to put this into this. Okay. And that side's going to fall off. That's just great. That's just great. Oh, you are not going to stay. Are you going to force me to glue you on here? Looks like we're doing some gluing. We are not doing some gluing. We are definitely not doing any gluing. This is all falling apart. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to look for some E10s. Right here. And I guess this is going to act as a brace for the back of the cone. Yeah. So these will connect onto these pegs right here. Oh my God, no they won't. Ah, yes they will. Like so. Make sure the horizontal line matches. This is a real tricky little thing right here. And of course it doesn't want to go. Use the teeth on that one. All right, there's a mess, and I'll show you step by step. It's a little wonky. Okay, flip the page. Okay, before I stick this thing in here, I'm going to put this base on here. So let's go with D12. Here's D12. So we're putting on the sidewalk pieces now. Okay, so this one, D12 goes here. Okay, D25. Very carefully. 25 will go into this. Hopefully. No, it won't. Oh my Lord. This is the trickiest part, trying to get pieces on to this house without breaking everything. Oh boy. Clearly we have to file all these pieces down because none of them will fit, so that's great. I think the manufacturer has no quality control whatsoever. Anything. So tricky. You have to file these pieces down. They will not fit. Nothing fall off, I hope. Okay. So now we're going to glue this guy down here. Ice cream cone looking thing here. It's going to go this way. Let's try to get this on here without breaking this. Okay, stay. And our little sign right here. Oh! It broke. That's just great. That's just great. Put the signpost there, run some glue. That's it. Done. We connected the ice cream cone right into the ground using those two. We connected the sign that I broke, but I glued it back on there into that one there. Connected the sidewalks around it. Did not leave anything out. Box everything back up. So these are all the little pieces that I was cutting off or that were falling off. Keep all those little pieces. You never know when you're going to use them again for another kit. Go and look. There's some extra parts, which is always a plus. There's together. A little file that came with it. The instructions. The box. Kyoto Matcha Cottage. Put all our other stuff away. We have one kit left to build, and we'll build that this next time around. So in the meantime, this was our first one. This is our second one. This is our third one. And this will be our fourth one. So we have completed in 3 hours and almost 40 minutes the Cutefun DIY miniature house Kyoto Matcha Cottage, or the green tea cottage house, or the tea house. So now is the point where I take you all over to the internet. Kyoto TCHA Cottage. Yes, we know. We know about that. What we want to know. What we really want to know is all the cool things that we can eat at such a place. Yummy. So everything's made out of green tea. Everything, the desserts, etc., is made out of this green tea. So meow, 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 meow. You can go inside there. So they have these tea houses all over Japan. We were looking at Kyoto. Oh, look who has come. The elusive Sammy has finally come to give us his stamp of approval. You get a kitty butt. Hi, Sammy. Sammy. Hey, monkey butt. Can you please tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChamp? Waggy tail. All right. So we showed you all the wonderful little locations in Kyoto. Lovely. Let's go over here. Oops. Son of a mother father. There we go. Let's go back. Go back. Michael 070 Knight. Hanging out with us, moderating. Renee was here. I know we had a Jaws tea for a moment. We had a Jean-Paul Magtolis coming to hang out, and there is a Sarl Apate. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I'm not sure. Sarl Apate. Let's see. Sarla Patel. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, yummy. Yummy. This is yours. It's your channel. Outstanding. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Very, very beautiful. All right, we're back here. So yeah, this was the first kit we built. This is the second kit, and this is the one we just completed right here. This is the next one. All these little gizmos. And I broke only a few things on this one, but you know, with a little bit of glue, we managed to get them sort of back on there. You can see the nice clean break right there. Bit of disaster in a few places. But you know what? When you break it with love. No LED lights. I have my flash on. So these kits don't have LED inside. But you certainly could put one in there. You know, or you could put a small little tea light somewhere in there, I suppose, if you really wanted to. Very cute little kits. They fit in the palm of your hand. These aren't really book nooks. They're miniaturized versions of the book nooks. They're more for just decoration, but they are super cute. They're only 20 bucks on Amazon, $19.99, you know, whatever. You have your Prime and stuff. So, yeah. This one had 128 pieces. It said that it takes a time of half hour to 1 hour. All of these kits say a half hour to 1 hour to put them together. That's a complete lie. Because this one here took me, what, almost 3.5 hours to put this one together. Now, granted, we dilly-dallied. I did an unboxing. I did a tutorial on the parts that you need. And yeah. But I hope we had fun. I hope you all had fun. I hope you consider, you know, hitting that like button, sharing at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family, throwing some love over to Sammy, because Sammy always needs love. Right, Sam? Saying hi to Michael there and continuing the chat. You can certainly go to our community, check out our other playlists. I'll be painting soon after I finish this last kit right here, this last little restaurant. I'll be doing a painting. Here's some free cat hair for you. I'll be doing another painting, a beautiful waterfall. That's going to be gorgeous. I'll eventually get to that sooner or later. So yeah, like, share, comment, always comment. We love conversation and communication. We love it. So you can communicate with us. Even if you're watching this back as an archive video on YouTube, you can continue the chat on the screen there. If there's something that interests you that you want to see a short video of, or you just liked a certain part, or whatever tickles your totem pole. Be nice, be kind, don't be rotten. If you're rotten, I'm not going to say anything bad, but it is what it is. So yeah, you know, go out and pet a monkey. Just don't let them bite you or throw poop at you. And with that being said, till next time, I will catch you on a flip side. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you soon. Yeah, Sammy. See? That's a Sammy.